Good morning, evening, afternoon, gamers. Today we are doing something that we've been doing on the channel in a different way this whole time, which is summarizing Tuesday and Thursday reveals. Usually it's only Tuesday reveals, but normally I've done it all the time through just like stream highlights. And I feel like I've been wanting to change my approach for the channel for quite a while now. And so what we're going to be doing, at least trying out going forward, is these kind of more chill discussions on stuff that was announced, and then if there was any particularly strong reaction on stream, I'll just put that in whenever we talk about the certain thing. And you guys seem to enjoy the vibe that we had last week when I opened the ambassador gift box from Bushiroad. So we have Jason in the background.
Yeah, the different assistant is always here now.
Yeah, different assistant is here on Wednesdays to assist us. And I also have the world famous Sea-Dog VA photographer, Mr. Pedolski.
No. I was just a casual, man.
As long as different camera.
Yeah. Different camera, a different assistant, the different team. But I thought this way at least we can kind of go over stuff, and it also gives me time to think about the cards revealed, without necessarily just cause sometimes they get revealed, react, and then I don't really think about their applications necessarily.
Oh, yeah, right.
There's no time to think about it. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. But I guess the main highlight for this week from last Thursday and this Tuesday is they started showing the Dual Nation cards, which is quite a big surprise, I think, for a lot of people in terms of how good they are.
Yeah, it's actually very generic, plus you can already see it's a good effect in some decks as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty looking forward to actually use them.
Yeah,
in some of my decks.
but not to pay for them. So that's the two sides of the coin. There is that.
Yeah. Especially we have those boosters in they have the pre-sale thing in DifferentFight.
Yeah. So if you don't know, at the card game festival this year, it's Festival Booster comes out in a month, but in technically it's almost in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
We have the card game festival, which is also not just the card game festival, but it's also DifferentFight, the big Vanguard festival. And there, the day before the first day, they're doing a pre-sale in the evening where you can buy up to 4 boxes per person at checkout. So we'll probably have some people, checking out multiple times. So we're also thinking okay, how many of us should go? How much should we buy?
Yeah, we have
that kind of stuff. Those will also be usable on the tournaments during the weekend too. So it's if you're playing something that wants to use them, that's going to be something as well. But enough of that. Let's actually talk about the cards. So at the time of recording, the only ones revealed from the Dual Nation ones are the Dragon Empire Dark States one and the Dragon Empire Stoicheia one. And they also revealed all the shop promos for the next promo pack, which English probably gets in, I want to say, August. This one, the promo pack itself doesn't seem as strong as the current one, but because they have the funny Mega Colony guy.
Oh yeah.
Which lets you play 16 of itself, which is kind of not really worth talking about too much. The lyrical boss unit's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
She's the vanilla deck.
And the Willista orders kind of has 3 different name orders in drop.
Yeah,
so it's actually pretty easy to reach 5, so you do 5 swing on your first grade 3 turns.
True, yeah.
So it's a whole vanilla deck, but it looks like you can let people cope. It could be meme, but it also could be fun to play.
Especially for in Japan where we have the diversity cut in tournaments, that could be something you play. But I think the big highlights of that pack are the blaster promo, where it's it's a 13k as long as you have Blaster Blade, Blaster Dark, so it's for MLB. But then end of the battle attacks or boost, you check top 7 for a blaster. Yeah. So it's PBO, MLB, the new Blaster Blade promo as well.
Yeah,
so it's
that's the name.
I feel that one might be one of the chase promos, maybe. I think the Blackmire probably is going to be the main chase one, because that one lets you seal intercept, which is good against Eva. Well, kind of good against Eva. It's you still leave up the strong attackers, but it lets you on boost put a card from drop to soul, which is that's what makes Spellcrash so good.
Right.
Is that she basically lets you on attack put something to soul and then gain power equal to the grade of it. So if you put a grade 1, it's 5k, grade 3, it's 15k, all that kind of stuff. So that might see some use, but I'm not sure. I mean, the Blackmire deck already feels pretty good as it is now, so I'm not sure how much that promo is going to be going in there. But for me, the 2 ones I'm quite excited about is the Branke one is the Bobble Mine for Heroes, but it's a 10k booster.
Yeah.
So that one's pretty good. I think that's my personal chase one, but Heroes aren't that popular in Japan, so I don't think it's going to be seen that much play. Yeah. And then there's the Dino Dragon,
Oh, right.
Which is like, when retired by any player's card ability, you Energy Blast 3 to draw a card.
Yeah.
So like it's good in the Dino promo deck, but it also works in Varga.
Yeah.
So it's like, Varga doesn't really have a use for its energy outside of Shura and the Cycler, but I feel like I'm usually pretty low on energy, even with those cards. So it's I don't know if we'll have the energy to really play this.
But it's a pretty generic effect for like Dragon Empire stuff, so
yeah.
It would be nice just to have a phrase set in hand in case.
Just in case, yeah. Because it's like the other effect is when he attacks, he Soul Blast 1 to get 10k and then he retires himself. Yeah. So he turns on his first effect by himself.
Draw one, yeah. So it's like actual very generic effects.
Yeah. So I think as long as you have a deck that doesn't use up too much soul, which Varga does use up quite a lot of soul.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might be a pretty big chase one. So overall, I think the main 4 hits of that promo pack are going to be like the Dragon Empire, the Blankmire, the Hero, and the Phantom Blaster one probably, or the Blaster one. So they also announced Brandgate reprints. So it's mostly, I mean, it's all promos. They're basically just reprinting promos. So if you don't own the dog for Wellstra yet, then you can get it there. If you don't own the Prison Rider, Superior Ride promo, that one's very, very important. Archive promo, Hero promo, like all of those will be RE reprints, so it'll be a bit easier to get than the RE pluses. But the main, I guess the other thing was they announced the Keter reprints, but those are kind of, again, just promos, so it's nothing too crazy.
Compared to Blanket, they're pretty like mid.
Yeah. It's also less of them in general. But yeah, so the Dual Nation cards, the first one, I really like the art of both of them, honestly. Like, it's really cool how they show like the two nations kind of like interacting with each other. But the Dragon Empire Dark States one is basically, they all have a restriction that they can only, like, it's only when they're placed from hand on rear outside the battle phase. So it's like, no superior calling, it has to be from hand, no battle phase interaction. So the Dark States one, Dark States Dragon Empire one is, it soul charges 1 and gets 5k, so it's already like 15k attacker that generates soul, which is already not bad. And then if you CB1, he lets you either retire an opponent's grade 2 or greater rear guard, or choose a grade 2 or lower from your soul and call it to rear. So that second effect, I think, is what most people are talking about.
Yeah.
Because like if you play Shendi in any Dragon Empire deck, you can now, she goes to soul at the end of turn, or at the end of the battle she boosted, so you can just like pull her out and use her again, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's like reusable soul and a card draw, and it's like a 13k as well. So that's pretty good. Like that's good in Shoujo Doji, but like any deck can technically play her.
Yeah, like you just put the two things like inside your deck.
Exactly.
Engine, draw engine, I mean.
Yeah, and then like Shirano, you can also like, I think it can soul charge its. There was something about Shibna, I saw like some discussion. I didn't really pay attention because I don't really play Shibna that much.
Same.
But
I'm sorry, but
I think you can recycle one of the grade 2 restanding attackers as well with this. So that's one of the big applications, but it's also just like, even now it's already a pretty good card. So that just means that like when we get more good things that like put things to soul in Dragon Empire. Because Dark States already has stuff that calls from soul. So it's not really a good card for Dark States, but Dark States getting the retire is kind of nice. Although it is CB1, but I mean, some decks can afford that.
For Dark States, like you have the soul charge plus like your choice to retire something.
Yeah.
It could be a good choice.
So
to consider.
That's already pretty good, I'd say. But I think the main one that everyone's pretty excited about is the Hakusui, the cabbage and the dragon, the Stoicheia Dragon Empire one. It's pretty funny because when you put Hakusui into like Google Translate, it translates to Chinese cabbage. It's, so the Chinese cabbage and dragon is this.
Dragon.
Yeah, Bok Choy dragon. It's, I mean, even the art is just a little Bok Choy on a dragon, right? It's great. But this one is crazy good. It's like, again, it's the same restriction, like it has to be called from hand, not in battle phase. But he first makes a platinum token and then lets you CB1 to either give yourself the skill that all of your rear guards played by your card effects get plus 5k for the turn, which is like, that is an insane effect in so many decks. Like, you can think of, I mean, you can play this in like Tamayura. So now like all of the dolls she makes will now get plus 5k.
Plus 5k, yeah.
You can play this technically in Varga, like the Shura that you call in battle phase, like where after being retired, she'll now get another 5k.
Yeah.
It's like in Overlord, like the Halb that you discard for the restand now gets another power.
5k,
So it's like, that's just in Dragon Empire, there's actually quite a few applications. In Stoicheia, this is pretty crazy because it's like, you know, Rorowa makes 3 tokens, and it's like
by effects, yeah.
they all get the extra power, right? Even it's like any rearguard that's placed by an effect gets this. So the plant token that he makes is also 10k.
Also 10k, yeah.
So it's like just on that alone, it's so good.
Yeah.
And like in premium, this is also pretty insane because it's like it's a generic effect. It doesn't use energy or anything.
Yeah.
So it's like you can use this in virtually everything. So this one feels already like a very crazy effect. And the second effect you can choose between, you choose one of the 2 for the 1 CB. The second one lets you give your Vanguard plus 5k, but if you have 4 more units, it gives 10k instead. So like for restanding Vanguards, that's like just free 10k.
Yeah, free
Vargas
10K.
swings 3 times with an extra 10k. It's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah.
So this Chinese cabbage is gonna go crazy.
Especially like you consider Lolo, you all the call from effects gains 5k. You have the new grade 1 sets when you don't have like the repeat name on the field.
Oh yeah.
Like your grade 0 gains for 5k again.
Yep.
Then it's like already like 15k for a plant token. And then your whole column is like base power is 30.
Yeah. It's like the Radirinas that you call as well. Usually the grade 3 comes out with the effect too, so she gets the plus power as well. So this card, the cabbage one is actually crazy. Like that one is so good.
Yeah.
And then the other thing they revealed is we're getting grade 1 generics in this festival booster. So I think you probably have already heard enough. Like if in English, I think you still have a time to pre-order this set. Pre-order this set. Like this festival booster is so worth it. Like I've already pre-ordered a carton and I'm still gonna go for more boxes at festival, like at the actual card game fest, because like everything here is like really generic. And it's like I think Miltai already tweeted, he was like,
oh yeah.
After 6 months, everything here will be like 3k yen plus. It's like easily. So I really hope the card shops stock this set a lot, because that was the problem last year. Like the regular pieces and the blue and red OTs were so expensive because there's no stock. Like
you can't find the boxes to buy anywhere.
Exactly. So I really hope. We haven't even seen the regular pieces or the OTs, and it's already a very worth set to buy. But the other generics we're getting is the grade 1s. So all of the generics, they share the second effect, which is in rear or drop. When your other card would be discarded during your turn, you can Energy Blast 3 and banish this card either from rear or your drop to take the card you discarded back to hand. So it's like if you ditch for Ride deck, you can basically use this effect to like banish it from drop if it was already in there to like get the card you ditched back to hand. So it's like the new gun cyclers, you can get back to hand and reuse them.
Yeah.
It's like an Overlord. The stuff you discard for the cost to restand, you can get back as well. And this is just Dragon Empire, but like in, for example, in Welstra, you discard a lot. It's like you discard for the Freiheit, you discard for the Ride line. So it's like all of that effect will be like in every single nation.
Yeah.
So
as a kill card player, like for my grade 1 order, I draw 2, discard 1, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then I draw 2, just use the effect, like discard, and like basically just draw 2 from my magazine order.
Exactly.
So like when I saw the effect, I'm like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, right. So it's actually quite impressive. Like Festival Booster is bringing out this pretty interesting, like just that effect is already good. But then they revealed the Dragon Empire and Dark States ones, and like the Dragon Empire one, they all have the restriction where it's like if your Vanguard's grade is equal to or lower than your opponent's. So it's a going second card. You cannot use it going first on your first 3 turns basically. But the Dragon Empire one, for example, if you achieve that condition when you call it, gets plus 5k. So it's like 13k beater, you know, that's like already asking for 10k shield if you go second, right? So it's like a really, they keep giving good cards for going second. Like I think this whole year we've just been getting good cards for going second. It's like energy is something that is like completely beneficial for going second. This is beneficial for going second. And then the Dark States one was also pretty good. It's like very good in Chrono Jet especially, where it's like you call it to rear. If you achieve the condition of your grade being equal to or lower than your opponent's Vanguard, you soul charge 1 and it gets plus 2k. So it's like, it's only a 10k, but it's also like something that you can easily use as an attacker boosted by like a Swirler or a GG or whatever, put back to deck, you know, call your upstream and then upstream into this. And then later on, like if you need to discard for anything, like, I mean, next stage, I think you have to discard for the cost if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's like you discard for next stage, you can get the cards you discarded back. So you only have to get 1 card back. So if you discard multiple, then, you know, that's a different story. But these ones are really good. Like the cyclers are pretty insane. And I feel like it's like I pre-ordered. I think I asked Shaka for a case. What would they didn't even reveal the first Dual Nation card. I just looked at the reprints. And I was already like, okay, we have to go.
For a case.
We looked at reprints and we looked at like the ratios, ratios from last year. And I was like, oh my god, you get like 2 to 3 playsets of the Regulus pieces. Because it's 30 boxes per case. So it's like, and you get 1 Regulus or 1 OT per box.
Per box, yeah.
So you get at least 2 playsets of the Reguluses, and then it's like obviously the OTs are 1 per deck, so it's like you get 8 of them. It's like that's enough for 8 decks.
Yeah.
So no matter how good they are, like that should be enough.
Yeah.
But
especially like when you look at the Regulus piece now after a year, like from the last festival set, they cost a lot now. You have to buy them.
Yeah, like the Blitz one, I guess is like 1,300-ish.
Yeah, but the one for
the
Blitz
Forbidol,
was like 3K for now.
I think that one's down to 2K now as well.
Okay,
but it's just because like we're getting more Regulus pieces, so the other ones are going down. So it's
but
like
still, like for the deck that needs them, you do want them to like have stock on yourself.
Yeah.
Have stock
For
with
sure.
you, yeah.
For sure. In terms of other announcements, they announced every month we have new V and premium promos. So this time they announced for next month it's Novas and OTT. So both of them share the effect that when you ditch them for a G Guardian, they count as a heal. And when you guard with them from hand, the Nova one says you can banish a heal from drop or hand in order to, if you don't have any face-up damage, you cannot charge 1 and it gets plus 20k shield, so it's 30k shield in 1 card. And if your soul is 0, you can count +1 to give your Vanguard 5k for the turn. So it's like, every single one of these for every clan has like 5k for the turn clause. The OTT one is, I actually quite like the OTT one. It's like, you guard with it, if your hand is 5 or more, you can banish a heal from hand or drop, and then you look at top card of your deck, put it on top or bottom, and get the 20k shield, and if you put it to the bottom, then you can count +1 to give your Vanguard 5k for the turn. So it seems pretty good. I mean, it's like they all more or less do the same thing, but it's just their like conditions are different. And the Nova one countercharging is actually pretty good because Nova counterblasts a lot. So overall, pretty good. The otherwise announcements outside of just like reprints, we're getting Hikari sleeves and the Liela Morta stuff. I've been already checking the Bushrod online store. I just put in Hikari into the search terms, but so far there's only an acrylic stand. So I'm waiting for the Hikari, like basically for these two. It's like the adult Hikari and the Liela Morta. Especially the Liela Morta, like the borders are white, so it's like it fits in so well with the art. It's like,
right.
It's so good.
You just buy 10 copies.
Yeah, and also the Skyride as well. Speaking of Skyride, where did I put my freaking... We actually have a new Regulus piece from the Koro Koro manga as well, which is really nice. So this one is like, when you ditch it for ride deck, you can count +1 or Energy Blast 3 to draw a card and then banish it. So it's like one of the generic grade 2s, but on a Regulus piece. And then the other effect is when you would play it, you can either CB1 or Energy Blast 3 to draw 1 and banish it, give your Vanguard plus 15k, and then if you choose a card with the same name as your Vanguard from your soul or drop and bind it, you give 25k instead. But it's a blitz order, so it's only for that battle. So it's kind of like the Regulus piece blitz order, the old one. That one's also 25k shield, but that one's like anti-OT as well.
Yeah.
Whereas this one has like the discard effect that you can use as well, which is pretty nice. So I got a few of these. It's also nice because they actually have, it's a rare foiling, so it has a little like star foil that's pretty nice on it too. So this new camera can actually zoom in and focus in and show you everything. So Skyride stuff is also cool. And then for Liela Morta, they also show the deck box and playmat as well. So Hikari deck box pre-order, you get a bunch.
Yeah, order free of everything.
Yeah. Just get a bunch.
Oh my god, even deck box and playmat. Okay. Sheesh. I mean, if you say so. Christ. You don't have to. You can ask more politely. You know. I already bought the pretty FFR. I was looking at the secret with great attention today, but sadly, I had to pay for my renew my apartment, which we have to pay an extra fee in Japan.
Yeah.
But that was basically like all the reveals. So I think I'll be doing this kind of format of recapping stuff because I feel like it's fun to think about it a little bit, especially the dual nation cards. Like there's so many, because like normally you see a generic and you think about just the decks in that nation. Now we have to think about 2 nations, and it's like 2 different effects where it's like they kind of give that kind of bonus to like different in very different ways. So
especially like the DE Soike one as well. So now you can actually have plant token in DE as well.
Yeah, right.
Might actually like link to some other like cool skill combination as well.
True.
But it might take some time to like think about it, but it's a good addition to the game as well.
Yeah. I kind of hope that they make like more of these dual nation cards in lower rarities too. Like Festival Booster is special where it's like a triple rare isn't really a triple rare, you know, because like there's no there's like the rares in Festival Booster are reprints.
Yep.
And then like the commons are just triggers.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not really a set. It's like it's an extra booster kind of thing. So
it's
I hope
like
that
opening Olipa, they just have like,
yeah,
cards, and then you just see if the free cards are actually good cards. Or
it actually is, yeah. So I kind of wonder if they'll try to do something with dual nation cards and like main sets and maybe make some like double rare and whatnot as well, because so far all the dual nation cards are like triple rare, the old ones and the current ones. So and it's like Maple got pretty expensive at certain points.
Right.
It's like Keter, so yeah, it doesn't matter, just put it in.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see, but yeah, I think unless the set is stocked super high, or these dual nation cards have like a higher pull rate than normal triple rares, which I kind of doubt.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, because like the triple rares will be the grade 1s and the dual nation cards.
Yeah.
I think that's it, probably. I think that's the only triples, because I think the Regulus piece and the OTs are their ORRR, so they're their own rarity. So we get those ones per box, but I hope we get like maybe in like one box, like maybe 2 or like 2 or so of like the dual nation ones would be nice.
But the thing is like they're dual nation, so the demand for them is double.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So prepare your wallets, guys. This is it's not, again, it's like the whole thing with Vanguard being expensive is definitely not changing too much. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's our thoughts on these reveals, and I guess during editing, if there are any particular reactions to anything that I wanted to show you, they will be part of the video by default. So let me know if you guys like this format, or if you would prefer just like the cut up stream. I personally feel like this is a bit more of a video and less of just a stream highlights, so I do enjoy this format a bit more myself. But let me know as well in the comments below. But otherwise, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'm posting weekly POV fights for the channel members, so consider becoming a YouTube channel member. It helps to support the channel. I mean, channel memberships basically help to pay for my invitational. So you get to support cool events like that I plan to do in the future as well. And of course, you get some free content out of it too. So with that, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.